So it is the 1st of February, so it's time to summarize the month in fragrances. If you are interested in which were the best perfumes that I wore this month, then just keep on watching. Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Diana and I am a fragrance enthusiast who has been collecting fragrances over the last 5 years. Here on this channel we talk about all fragrances. It doesn't matter if it's niche, designer or Middle Eastern. The ultimate goal is just to smell good and feel good. So, welcome to the January roundup where I will go through the fragrance highlights and lowlights of the month. Usually I have some categories and I use these categories to group the fragrances that I'm talking about. Since this time we had a lot of new releases that I tried and I was testing, I'm not going to use all categories that I usually have. By the way, before we start, since the last video I changed my background. I'm currently still organizing my space and the fragrances, but let me know how you like this background. It is a little bit less busy, less cluttered, and it has also a little bit of color. So should I continue filming from this angle, or you prefer the previous one when you also had the shelf on the top? But anyways, let's start. And let's start maybe with a controversial category. The biggest disappointment of the month. This is also maybe the easiest category because this month I only had one fragrance that I genuinely disliked. And it is none other than the new Jean-Paul Gaultier release, Scandal Elixir Parfum. Yeah, I had the chance to test it and it was just not something for me. Usually I enjoy all the fragrances from the Scandal line, because they tend to be very sweet, very feminine, and most of them are also quite crowd-pleasing. But Scandal Elixir Parfum, yeah, it's sweet, we can say that, but it really goes into a very interesting direction. If you watched my last video, then you know that I described this fragrance as a kind of musty, dusty, dirty patchouli. And yeah, let's look at the notes. So it features the note of raspberries, and apparently everyone has hopped on this raspberry train lately. But this one moves very quickly towards a dry down, where you have that iris and patchouli. And I really dislike this base. Even though that has that kind of earthy sweetness that really wants me to keep on smelling the scent, the iris combined with the patchouli just throws me off. I really don't see this perfume to be crowd-pleasing, to be honest, or something that would be appealing for the mainstream fragrance wearers. But look, I might be wrong, right? If you have tried it, then please let me know in the comments, especially if you liked it. I am very much interested how the scent comes across to you. But let's move on with a positive note. So moving on to the next category, let's do the best discovery of the month. And since I tried quite many, it is a quite tough category. I guess you would want me to limit it to one or two, so let's do that. So my absolute favorite of the new releases is Power of You from Armani. It is a beautiful passion fruit milkshake kind of scent. It is sweet, juicy, creamy, slightly tropical from the Frangipani. And it is going to be absolutely beautiful to wear it on a beach vacation or just on any hot days when you want to feel like a tropical goddess. It is nothing serious, it is just something easy, fruity and lovely. It will absolutely uplift your mood, I can guarantee it. Another big standout from the month was Idol Peach and Roses, which also surprised me a lot. Usually I'm not a big fan of the Idol fragrances, but this one was very, very nicely done. I know that some people said that they did not really like that candied peach note in it, but hey, to me, it is just a very easy reach fragrance. It is just something lightweight, easy to wear, and again lovely. For me, the peach stays quite long throughout the entire wear, Of course, not too strong, but it will be still present to balance the rose note and add some extra sweetness. And by the way, another peach release that I'm still interested in is part of that spring collection of Dior. I still have not had the chance to try the 3 new Addict fragrances, and one of them has a peach note as well. But yeah, unfortunately, Post and I managed to lose the package that had the samples of all 3 of them in it. I am currently waiting for the investigation, and hopefully I will get my samples. If it will not be too late, then I may shoot a video about it. If it comes later, then I may include them in a Sampling Saturday video later in February. And maybe if you let me add one honorable mention to the list, then let's put Prada Infusion de Santal Chai also on the list. It is just so good. Sandalwood, vanilla, chai spices with that airy light quality of the infusion line. I absolutely recommend to get your nose on it if you can, as it can be just great for these colder days of the year. And the best is that you can also wear it inside when it is cold outside, because this one will not choke you out as some heavier gourmands may do it on room temperature. However, one small addition. My boyfriend really does not like it. He said that it was sharp, and I guess he does not like the spices in this perfume. I only share this with you because usually I can only use him as a kind of reference because I'm working from home quite often. So sometimes it's just hard to get multiple opinions on a scent. But let's move on to another category and let's pick the most complimented perfume of the month. And this goes to Born in Roma Purple Melancholia from Valentino. If you watch my review, then you know that I enjoy this scent. I kinda like that it has a leathery suede texture, but people around me enjoyed it even more. Wherever I went, I got compliments on my scent. My sister really liked it, even though she's very, very picky when it comes to perfumes. My boyfriend really loves it on me, especially the opening of this fragrance. So I guess this is kind of crowd pleasing, which honestly surprises me. I thought that people will not necessarily appreciate suede or leathery notes in feminine perfumes, but I stand corrected. For me, this perfume remains a like so far. And I will definitely keep it as I just simply love this beautiful purple color of the juice. I know that it is weird, but I just love looking at my Valentino cubes, and it makes me so happy that I have a purple version of it. But let's continue with another category. And this time, let's just call this category the best easy reach fragrance. And I'm just going to roll with Alien Pulp from Mugler. In my review, I explained that I am looking at this perfume as a standalone release rather than comparing it with the original Alien. And if you look at it like this, then it is a nice, quieter version of the original Alien. She is the everyday Alien, if you like it. And the color of the bottle again is just beautiful. Super girly, flirty, light-hearted. I am really enjoying that it has a slight fruitiness, and once it is dried down, it goes into that slightly marshmallow-like fluffy sweetness mixed in with the well-known Alien DNA. If you compare it to the original Alien, then you are right. It is too generic, not edgy, not unusual at all. But still, I think it is a nice release for spring and summer. If you disagree with me, feel free to share it in the comments. I'm very much interested in different opinions. By the way, I could have added also the new Libre Berry Crush, right? And I guess here I am the problem. Because now I'm the one who is comparing it to the original Libre. And look, I'm eventually guilty as well. For me, Libre Berry Crush was just okay. I very much enjoyed the opening, but it did not last too long and I was left with a kind of lighter version of the original Libre. So I guess if you found Libre, too screechy or too much, too intense, this is going to be your version of the Libre line. And the last category for today is going to be the best long-lasting fragrance, or eventually fragrances. This was a quite special category as I was participating, quite long, whole day long work-related events this month where I wanted to wear some fragrances that I knew that they will last the entire day on me and I didn't need to worry about their performance or projection. I have here two classics, both from Nishane. I wore one of the days 100 Silent Ways, which is just a great woody vanilla with some powderiness. To me, 100 Silent Ways is eventually an easy reach all year round perfume. It performs very well both in cold and warm conditions, and it has a beautiful sillage. A lot of people compare it to Black Opium, but I'm going to be honest, I never understood this comparison. To my nose, the tuberose and the fruitiness were always more dominant alongside with the vanilla. This is girly, feminine, sweet, with some sensual woodiness in the dry down. So this was one of my first niche perfumes and I still love it until this day. The other one that I wore was Ani. So if 100 Silent Ways is soft, feminine, sensual, then Ani will be her edgy sister. Completely different vibe, but both are just fantastic vanilla perfumes. I am sure that you know Ani, but if not, then this is your sign to test it if you like cardamom, ginger, sandalwood and vanilla, as basically these are the most dominant notes in this perfume. The opening may feel a little bit harsh as it opens up with a large burst of ginger and cardamom. But the base is just beautiful, deep, long-lasting vanilla with sandalwood and benzoin. If you feel that Ani is too sharp for you, I heard that Ani X has some added fruitiness and somehow it is a bit more toned down on the spices. Eventually I have a sample of it, but I never got around to test it. And actually I am saving my first impressions for another Sampling Saturday video. And by the way, now that I mentioned Sampling Saturday, have you ever watched any of them? What do you think about them? Are you interested in more first impressions or do you prefer different format for perfume sampling? Please help me out and let me know in the comments. Well, I guess this was my month in fragrances. A lot of new releases and some old favorites. How was your month of January? Have you tried any of these new releases or did you play with some old favorites of yours? Please share it in the comments. Also, if you like this video, then please just hit that like button and also subscribe to my channel to see more fragrance content from me. Have a lovely day and until the next time, bye bye.